Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Ashley Mateo, also known as Claim Your Magic, and I'm back to do a end of year review of the Magic of I planner. So if you remember this from, I think at the beginning of the year, end of last year, I did a flip through of the Magic of I planner, which is a astrological planner that I got for the year of 2021. And if you haven't watched it, definitely check it up in the cards. I'll also link it down in the description. But yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, it has like this iridescent thing and it's gold and everything like that. And it's super aesthetic, I cannot lie. However, it is probably not my favorite planner. So this video is just gonna give you my honest opinion on using this, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I didn't honestly fully utilize, and just some final thoughts. So let's just get into the video. Alrighty, so I just have like a whole bullet point thing, so I'm just gonna go through it. I'm gonna probably share with you some examples as I go along, but one of the first things that I really honestly loved and utilized the most out of this planner is using a daily to-do list section slash place to write my appointments down. So let me just open it up to something that's not super important. No, I'm playing, but you know, the weekly spread that is in this planner looks a little something like this. And so the way that I've been using it throughout the year is mainly to tick off to-do lists or priority lists throughout the day or throughout the week. That is the primary thing. And what I did was, like, on one side of the day it was the to-do list, on the other, like, I don't have that much going on this week particularly, but on the right side of each day is, you know, the appointments that I have or something specific, like I gotta pay myself or, you know, I have to pay a bill or whatever it is, you know. So I really liked that about this planner, is that it definitely gave you ample amount of space to write your to-do list. The next thing I also liked is writing down your monthly goals and intentions. Each month, like here, like, you get to see a little like spread in the beginning, which shows you, you know, the moon phases as well as astrological transits. But afterwards it's like the monthly spread, and then there are the goals. I honestly really don't care if y'all see this, but I liked having a place to write down the goals that I had, whether it was business related, life related, finance related, workout related. I'm like looking at what I actually wrote down, as well as the intentions that I am setting for this month ahead. I really like having that, and I think it puts you into the right state of mind of like, what do I want this month to look like? Like I said in the beginning, it is so beautiful, so aesthetic. This planner is so beautiful, like the inside cover, like, hold on, where did it go? I was just opening it to the month, but like every month it has like a different design for like the floral aspect, so it's really beautiful. So I really love that. The other thing is that towards the end of the book, or the planner rather, there is like blank, like, lined pages. So I obviously did not keep up with this, but I used to actually track the books, manhwas, comics, webtoons, and that type of thing. I used to keep track of what I was reading throughout the months of the year. Obviously, I literally stopped at July. I just stopped tracking. Honestly, like, I'll just say, like, I don't think I was I'll talk about this in a bit, actually. I honestly stopped tracking just because I don't know. I just lost track. I just stopped tracking shit like halfway through the year. I think that was just part of like what I was going through over the summer, which I'll kind of allude to later on. The last thing I also liked about this is the lunar intentions. So at the beginning of the month there is the the monthly goals and the intentions, and towards the end of the month there is a section for new moon intentions and then full moon illuminations. So I really like that because it's talking about, you know, what are you looking to manifest with the new moon, what are you releasing with the full moon. And so I really like that aspect when I was able to use it. And so that kind of brings me into things I didn't like about this. So the next part is the things that I didn't actually like about this planner. So y'all are probably gonna be like, why are you going so hard? Listen, I am a planner freak. I'm very particular with how my planner works because I use my planner for very specific reasons, and it's obviously to be on track of like everything that I need, keeping track of all the to-do list, keeping track of my goals, keeping track of my habits, and so on and so forth. And I'm also really picky, and one of the first things that I realized I was picky about is the fact that the weeks don't start on Monday. They don't start on Monday. That's not okay. I have this argument with my boyfriend all the time, and I'm like, the week starts with Sunday. And he's like, the week starts with Monday. That is the first day of the work week. And I'm like, Sunday. It's on the calendar, y'all. But anyways, the planner starts on a Monday, and the weekend is smushed together like this. And I don't like that. Don't like that each day on the weekend does not get its special spot just like every day, Monday to Friday. That's not okay. I know people probably think like you're doing less things on a weekend, but listen, I like having the space. Anyways, that is my little rant. The next thing that I didn't like is that with this planner, it only has these as weekly spreads. There is no timetable. So I was probably using the Passion Planner for maybe like 4 or 5 years, because I started using it when it first came out when I was in college, so 5 years or so. However, I wanted to switch it up. There were certain things about it that I didn't like, but I quickly realized with this format, I don't like not having like a schedule timetable type thing. So I like knowing what it looks like, what my day looks like. So if I have appointments, I like being able to like block it out, like visually see it, rather than just rather than just having it on the side. Like, yeah, I do have like my calendar like on my phone that will like remind me of the appointments, but I like having that. Okay, I like having that. All right, so that's the second one. The third thing I didn't really like about this planner is that on the monthly spread, it actually looks so busy that I didn't really use it. Like, what I mean by that is like literally, I'm going to show you an empty one, but there's a lot going on. Like the transits are all on here, and then like what moon phase, like what sign the moon is in, that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like it took up so much space of the planner on the monthly planner that I actually didn't end up using it for most of the months. Like, I only really restarted using it this month, and it felt really stuck. Like, it just didn't feel like, it just felt so busy that like it doesn't actually like make anything make sense. Like, I'm looking at it like, okay, like there's a couple things here, but it doesn't feel good. I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm very picky in particular. All right. And the next thing that I didn't like is that, like I said, I like using my planner for habit tracking as well as, you know, my daily to do, my weekly, monthly to do. And so there's not really a space for that. And that was one of the things I enjoyed with using the Passion Planner previously, was actually having a little like tape in, like, or a little glue in section where you can, at the bottom of the page, there's like a infinite possibilities where you could doodle, you could do whatever. And they created these like printouts you can tape into your planner to like keep track of things. So there's like water trackers, finance trackers, habit trackers. And so I actually have a bunch that I printed out, and actually they fit perfectly on the weekend section. So like I said, the weekend is just being ignored completely, but I was able to tape it there so that I could keep track of my habits. I kind of wish that there was a bigger space for that. And as well, now that I'm thinking about it, the last thing I didn't really like is the fact that there is no reflection piece. Like I said, there is a, monthly goal and intention setting type thing, as well as, the moon phases. However, there's like no end of month overall review of review and reflection space, which I really loved in the Passion Planner previously. I'm like comparing this very deeply because those are the two planners these are really the two planners that I've ever really used on a regular basis, right, as an adult. And so that was something that I didn't really like, is that I actually have like a separate notebook to write down my monthly reflections. And I guess technically I could have written it at the end of the planner, but I just ended up having it separately in a different notebook. And so those were really the things that I didn't like. And this kind of ties into the things that I didn't end up utilizing. Either I just didn't like how it was formatted, or it didn't really matter to me anymore. And so one of the things that I didn't utilize all revolve around probably the biggest aspect of this planner, because it is an astrological planner. And I actually didn't end up utilizing a lot of the astrological things. So like I said, there is a full moon and new moon intention section at the end of every month. And as beautiful as that is, I really didn't utilize it to the fullest capacity. Like I was really looking back at these past, this entire year, so many months they're just blank. I really wasn't using, I think this particular, I don't even know what month this is, August. It's August, obviously, because it's yellow and orange for Leo. I think I printed out, I wrote out one thing, and every other month I really did not keep track of any of that. And I think part of it is just I just wasn't really into lunar phase rituals anymore, as well as the fact that I never really got into understanding the deeper astrology relating to planetary transits, as well as these optimum times. I don't really I'm not even gonna go into explaining what it is. You can go back to my original video that explains it, but I just never bothered to keep up with it because the summary was at the beginning, and I was like, meh. It really doesn't matter. So yeah. All the things that I didn't utilize, honestly, were all of the more woo-woo things that were what drove, that interested me in the first place. And I think it kind of brings me to this final thought, which is I feel like I didn't fully utilize this planner to the best capacity, partially because of the place in my life that I am in, or I was in this past year, which was a very, very difficult time. I'm not going to go too deeply into it because I feel like I've talked about bits and pieces, or I'll talk about it in a future video. But I had a really hard summer that I had to deal with releasing myself from my coaching business, as well as taking care of my mental health, and planning things just wasn't really a priority. Ultimately, just getting by on a day-to-day basis was more than enough. And yeah, there's just periods of time. I'm looking at my planner, I definitely used it over the summer, but from September through most of October, I just didn't use this because I was traveling. So it didn't really matter. The to-do lists were very simple. They were never anything that massive. Yeah, as I'm looking at it, the to-do lists over the summer were literally cloud gaze, study, very basic things that were not even relating to my business. So I genuinely feel like I was not in a place to to really look at planning in a very serious way, or in a way that didn't trigger me in like, oh my gosh, what is my future gonna look like? Oh my gosh, I have so many things to do. How do I plan this? How do I do blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. Like, I just had so many racing thoughts that like I just couldn't manage. So ultimately, I didn't get to utilize this the way that I thought I was going to. And, you know, as beautiful as this planner is, you know, aesthetically, and like it feels like quality in general, like the materials are beautiful, the materials are quality, like the pages are very thick, they're not flimsy, like this is not flimsy, like this looks like I barely use this, you know, but I carried it with me through many places as well, but I don't think I will be getting this next year. And actually, I've already gotten my next planner, which I'll be showing in the next video. But yeah, like, I think it's a beautiful planner that's great for someone who is into astrology and is someone who doesn't need a timetable and whatnot, but I am not that person right now. I'm definitely someone who likes seeing the bigger picture in my planning process, and I'm not super into the astrological aspects that are like the selling point of this. So I won't be using this. I won't be repurchasing this in the near future. Like, I don't think so. And it's sad because it's a beautiful, beautiful planner, like I said, and I don't think it's worth the cost for me. So I won't be getting it next year. So like I said, I'm not going to be using this planner next year, or repurchasing it rather. I've already purchased my new one, which is, I will just share with you now, which is the Best Self Planner. In the next video that I'll be having, in the last one for 2021, hopefully, fingers crossed I get it done before the end of the year. I have family visiting, so who knows, but this is going to be my planner for 2022, and I will be doing a flip through for those of you who are curious about it, and why I ended up choosing this planner for my next year. So that's really that. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions about this planner, for the Magic of Vibe planner or the Best Self planner, feel free to drop it in the comments below. I will be, like I said, I will be doing like a first impression look. It's already opened, however, I really have not like dove into this yet because I wanted to share it with you guys on video. So yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss me like talking about this Best Self planner next week, definitely make sure that you're subscribed and you have the notifications on, because I think this is going to be a really exciting one to flip through. But yeah, I'm so excited to kind of change up the content a little bit and talk about this, as well as some new things coming in the next year. So I will see you all very soon. Bye.